let's talk about this show, Dragon Ball Daima. It's been a while, Ziyagi people. I've decided to make a comeback just for this occasion. I've made this decision because, holy cow, there's just so much to talk about. Let's get into this. First of all, this is Akira Toriyama's last work. Rest in peace, my guy. So if you think about it, we reached a point in Dragon Ball where this is literally the last of what may be seen as good. Toei could literally destroy the entirety of Dragon Ball right here, right now. And I say that because Toei has made some very strange decisions. Like reanimating the entirety of One Piece to one little show and also reanimating a stupid arc that no one really cared about. But regardless, we should talk about what's going on in this show. To first note, this is one of the shortest Dragon Ball series we've gotten up to date. And before anyone gets mad at me, I'm going to put a big spoiler warning right here, right now. Doesn't really matter though, because the Dragon Ball fanbase absolutely sucks and can't keep their mouths shut, so everyone's been spoiled already. There's nothing wrong with the short Dragon Ball series. In fact, I think we should be leaning more towards this, considering the pacing may be better, the animation quality gets better, and especially in this case, I feel like a lot of fans weren't exactly waiting for this show to happen, so I'm honestly really glad that it was at this pace and at this amount of episodes. And I also say that because this brings us to the next topic, the quality of writing. Now, I didn't want to be too harsh when judging this show because it is meant for a younger audience, you could say, but at the same time, it's supposed to be for the Dragon Ball fandom. It answers a lot of questions about the lore in the Dragon Ball universe, so in that sense, you could say this is peak fan service. But at the same time, it's not. I don't know about you Dragon Ball fans, but I am getting really tired of seeing little tiny Goku variants do the exact same sort of quest adventure situation. There's OG Dragon Ball, Little Gohan, Goten and Trunks, Dragon Ball GT, Goku Jr., Little Pan. One of the biggest trends in Dragon Ball's writing is having a little character by their side all the time. And instead of just one little character, they turn everyone into kids. Which maybe would work out for like the first few episodes, but they literally drag it until the last 2 episodes. Which is not cool because I've seen enough little Gokus. And I can get where this could be like a Dragon Ball GT remake, because that's kind of what they were going for. Super Saiyan 4, I mean what? I mean they're both series about a little Goku who builds a team of adventurous people that involves trying to get back into the adult form. And I'd hate to admit it, but Dragon Ball GT wasn't like the worst thing on this planet. They had some pretty cool ideas and concepts to the point where Akira Toriyama had to go and rewrite his own version of them. And the fandom loved it. GT deserves so much more credit. Now don't go and quote me on this, Dragon Ball GT is not my favorite, but a majority of the entertainment aspect of this show comes from GT's inspiration. And with that, you could literally say that the writing is almost on par. And speaking of the writing, holy shit, some of the writing in the show made me want to kill myself. There is an episode of Goku running from an octopus. The same Goku that beat a Majin Buu that could destroy galaxies. You're telling me the same Goku is running from an octopus? Do you mean to tell me this octopus is galaxy level? And then there's the people that are like, oh, well he was a kid. Alright, so then how do you explain this one? Tamagami number 3 was stated to be more powerful than Deborah. The same Deborah that gave Gohan a fight. The same Gohan that wiped the floor with a solar system level cell. So you're telling me Super Saiyan 2 Small Goku one-shots Tamagami number 3 that is stated to be more powerful than Deborah. What the fuck? And it's not just Goku that was running from it. It was the whole team. It hurts my brain. Why? Why would you torture us like this? And then there's the whole giant verse where Goku and the gang had to like run away from them, which is supposed to be like a fun aspect sort of episode, whatever, I get it. But he was also running from them. Even base Goku at this level should be galaxy level. And here he is running from a few giants and an octopus. Now, normally I wouldn't mind this if it were maybe just like an episode of like, you know, tomfoolery. But the entire series is just filled with these moments that completely contradict the power scaling. And no, I'm not talking about power levels because, you know, that's like too nerdy for me. I'm just talking about common fucking sense. And then there's little troopers shooting little tiny lasers at them that literally stun them in their base form. You're telling me, if I shot one of these lasers at Deborah, who is probably above solar system level, I can stop solar system level threats with a tiny laser gun. What the fuck? I think this is debatably some of the worst writing decisions when it comes to Dragon Ball, because they try to at least hide it in the other series. For example, with Superhero, which by the way also isn't that well written. Dr. Hedo apparently had like all of the information on the past androids, and they tried to piece it together. We don't know how accurate the data is, I refuse to believe that they are as strong as Goku and Vegeta, considering at this point in time, they are literal universal level beings. So I'm going to assume that this is all just for like the sake of enjoyment. Which, by the way, I also am going to ignore that Beast Gohan is supposed to be like the most powerful being at that point. And spoiler alert, again, they cover this in the manga with a little sparring match they have, but Goku is notorious for holding back on Gohan, and just holding back in general. So yeah, point is, writing is just all over the place. This is debatably about as bad or worse than Araki's I Forgot syndrome. But if you push all of the writing things aside and look at just the action and just the entertainment, it's not the worst thing to exist. It's still a pretty fun show. It's not like the end of the world. But man, there are so many areas where they could have improved and they just chose not to. I'm not trying to not be grateful, but it's a new era, a new age where we should be on top of these things, especially when your competition are all these major series getting these crazy adaptations. Let's talk about some of the characters. Majin, Ku, and Du are kind of fun. I'm insanely disappointed that they did not fuse, considering they introduced the fusion bug and they just never used it, because that's what I thought they were going for. You have a smart Ku and a dumb Du but strong. It literally would have been perfect if they fused and fought Goma with it, but they didn't. Then Rinsu just kind of like gives up. She's just like, alright, good luck everyone, which is kind of lame because she kind of had something going for her, but whatever. There's Glorio's whole arc, which is literally just him feeling bad, so he's just like, alright, adults you are, which is fine, I guess. I never really cared for him in the first place. He's kind of like a mid character along with the majority of the new cast. I don't even care about Ponzi. I just think it's funny how they kind of like brought back Bulma's original name. And then there's Degasu, who is just like absurdly submissive to Goma for no reason, which, by the way, Goma is like kind of a lame villain. He's just like, oh, I'm afraid. Oh, let me turn them into kids, and then I'm gonna run away, and then I'm gonna go get the super eyeball, and then I'm gonna be the strongest, and then, oh shit, I lost. Which kind of just sounds like a fusion of Garlic Jr. and Pilaf. Which goes back to them trying to bring back the OG Dragon Ball vibes, which is fun for OG Dragon Ball fans, but at the same time, was it really worth it considering there was so much potential to make a cool Demon King villain? But whatever, it's not like the end of the world, I guess. But we've reached a point where we're starting to not give a fuck anymore about Dragon Ball's continuity. Because while yes, I am so hyped they brought back Super Saiyan 4, and it was well deserved that we have this form in canon at this point, why does he have Super Saiyan 4? Why has he never used Super Saiyan 4? Canonically, it was stated that that was Goku's limit fighting Beerus. Are you telling me that they're going to make another series or another spin-off just to fix the fact that he has Super Saiyan 4 at this time? Which, by the way, I'm not complaining at all that we have Super Saiyan 4 now. I literally love Super Saiyan 4, debatably my favorite form of Goku. But the way that they wrote this was so lazy, holy moly. I thought it was just going to be like a Demon Realm exclusive where Neva gives him the form, which wouldn't be like the worst writing ever, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. But now it doesn't make sense. What the fuck is going on? So yeah, Dragon Ball Daima, not the worst series ever. It had some really incredible moments that got me hyped up as a Dragon Ball fan, but at the same time, it just brings more plot holes. Now that Akira is officially gone, Toei's probably going to massacre this series. We want to please Dragon Ball fans and make money, right?
No, yeah, right.
Akira Toriyama's officially dead, so we've made the smart move and actually have him write something before he goes. Okay. I think the next best move would probably be to actually bring the manga to life.
Yeah, maybe that would make sense.
Since we have so much money and so much new technology, we could even reanimate the entirety of Dragon Ball Z because it's an insanely outdated anime.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we could do that.
With this, the Dragon Ball fans could never be more happy.
Yeah, we should do it.
How much do you want to bet Toei is not going to do either of those things? Instead, let's reanimate One Piece, because it's not even fucking finished. And it's not like they can't reanimate it, because they literally reanimated all of fucking Dragon Quest, which, fun fact, Akira Toriyama created the designs for. Toei! Anyway, if Toei doesn't follow this advice, I don't even know what to do anymore. We are either about to reach Dragon Ball's official peak in terms of animated content, or we are about to witness some of the worst Toei homemade garbage. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is all I really want to say, TBH, so peace out, Dragon Ball nerds.